I have spent years waiting until I feel ready, ready to move, ready to create, ready to be seen, ready to start something. And I am done waiting. Do you know? I want to learn how to oil paint. Do you know how many times I have purchased really cheap oil painting materials, mid tier range oil painting materials, expensive oil painting materials? Do you know how many YouTube videos on oil painting I have watched in the past few years? And every time I start a little like 4x4 painting, it doesn't come out the way that I want. And so I drop the paintbrushes and I put them in a bag and I put them in the basement. And then this urge comes back like, I really want to learn how to oil paint. And then I'm looking, consuming how to oil paint 101. I'm buying more materials because I lost the ones that were in the basement. Maybe I accidentally threw them away. And it's just like, yo, it is time to focus on starting and that initiation energy and consistency more than perfection, more than instant gratification. I want to show myself what consistency can open up, what consistency can bring, how it can grow that sort of like weakness that's in me that has existed for so long, just like discipline instead of constantly having to feel like motivated or just like put all this pressure on myself. It's like, no, you don't have to put pressure on yourself just to be disciplined. You can just use the same level of like daily energy that you use in a day, squirrel away 30 minutes to do this one thing and do it. The only metric for success is completion. It's not quality. It's not the amount of time that it took you to do this thing. It is not how you felt doing this thing, ruminating in this thing. And that's why I am posting daily on YouTube. So why daily? Because I'm an overthinker. I can overthink my way into keeping all of my ideas, my thoughts, my creativity in my camera roll. And that has existed for such a long time. I love harvesting walnuts or like foraging for walnuts, for acorns. I can process them into flour. I can make, walnut syrup. I can make, dye with the husks of the walnut. And I filmed all this content last year during the fall for that and made the video and then fear for what? It's faceless and it's literally just me processing walnuts. And I didn't post it. I didn't post it because I was fearful of criticism from a faceless walnut processing video. Do you know how like exhausting it is to constantly be in your mind for something that nobody nobody even knows about? It would be one thing if I allow the video to be posted and then there is this judgment come and then I'm thinking about it. But it's like, yo, I'm thinking about all of the judgment even though it didn't even happen. How about it happens first and then you have some actual meat to think about? Dang. So anyway, yeah, I also want to reject the perfectionism. It's like that has ruled my life for so long. If I feel like I didn't get something perfect or like, oh, I forgot to say this thing or I didn't say this thing or I didn't explain it the way that I wanted or I didn't tell this specific story, it's just like, well, good news. You have the rest of your life to do that. Just like keep going, take your steps. Why take a step and be regretful that you didn't sprint? It's like, what? And the more that I talk out loud, the more I realize how many ridiculous like limiting beliefs and like thought systems I have. And it's kind of liberating to realize them and process them in real time and just like feel the discomfort but still move through it anyway because it's like it's high time to break out of it. I could engage in just endless planning for appearing on YouTube, endless planning for like, oh, the perfect oil painting that I want it to be pastoral, I want the sheep to be like this tone. It's like, oh my gosh, like just do it and experiment and like work towards the outcome that you want versus just getting frustrated and being like, oh nope, I'm done painting these pet sheep on this hill. One and done for me. No. And I'm learning that, yeah, like completion is the only metric of success. That's the only metric I'm allowing myself to get. Did you hit upload? I don't care about like, oh, did you? I mean, I do care because I struggle through it. And I'm trying to stop caring, is what I'm trying to say. Of like, oh, what ideas are you going to share today? Will people care about this topic? Even when I trail off into thought, like I Sometimes when I'm making videos, I think this one might be like the eighth one. So it's just over a week of doing this. So I have only a week's worth of data. And I realize that, like, as I'm sharing something that's been on my mind for a long time that I've given so much thought to, those thoughts come into my mind as I'm speaking. And it's distracting. And it's making and there are sort of like thoughts like, oh no, don't share that, or like, oh no, stop, or like, oh no, don't say it like that, or don't use this word, or shut up, like da da da. It's just like, oh my gosh, overcoming all of those yeah, just like mental barriers and that battleground, like going through that battleground daily. Slow down, Jasmine. Um, is so healthy for me because it's been controlling my thoughts for so long. And so sometimes I trail off in thought as I'm like trying to process those um voices, for the lack of a better word. I trail off in thought, and I really don't like when I do that. Because it makes me know that oh man, I'm gonna have to chop up this video. It's gonna be weird if I have to cut and da da da. It's just like, yo, that really doesn't matter. Who cares? I mean, people probably do care. It's less easy to watch than you know a nice steady stream. But just expecting perfection, or just expecting no cuts, or expecting no edits, expecting just, yeah, like who I've been for 32 years to not be with me right now just because I'm trying to do something else. It's like, no, I love myself, so I'm going to let myself be myself when I'm trying to do something new. Goodness, I feel like this is about like showing myself what consistency can bring, and also to demonstrate and be an invitation, because we all have something that we feel so ready for, that we feel like we've been ready on the mark for such a long time, but you can't like run. It's like, go. This is a permission slip for you to go, because what's on the other side of consistency could be so much more beautiful than what you're even imagining right now. You have no idea. I don't have any idea. But yeah, I'm really excited to just get out of my mind and do something like the exposure therapy way. I'm just like ripping the band-aid off, exposing myself to judgment, exposing myself to, yeah, like the struggles of talking to a camera and just having eloquent thoughts and being impressive, and just all these pressures that we put on ourselves. It's just like, just shake those off and do what you're trying to do. You might struggle, sure. People might talk, sure, but like, do it, go for it. So, yeah, if you've always wanted to do YouTube, I encourage you to take that imperfect first step. If you want to do anything else in the world, if you want to start a certain hobby, do it. Take the first step. Stop thinking about it. Stop journaling about it. Stop talking about it to your friends. Do it. An invitation to all. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow in the next video in this daily YouTube posting journey. And if you are also a daily YouTube poster, I'm curious to hear like what tips you could give me for the struggles that I've identified, because I'd rather be open to tips and tricks versus succumbing to the temptation to just stop, because it gets hard. It's like, no, push through. This is going to be a molehill in a couple of years. And then there's going to be new things that seem like mountains, but really aren't. Isn't that life? Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow in the next video, guys. Bye.